I've got a BRRRR deal in Cincinnati plus a Section 8 rental in the Cleveland area. Let's dive in. Hey, real estate investors, welcome to another episode of the Investment Properties for Sale show here on HoltonWiseTV. As always, I am your host, James Wise, and this show, folks, this is the show where we educate you, but we also provide you with real-life investments that you could finance, you can pay cash. Most importantly, you can actually make these deals happen right now, today, as you're watching the show, sitting at home, in your office, in your car, listening to it, wherever you are. These are real deals. There's a lot of other shows out there, a lot of other YouTube channels, a lot of other people on the internet talking to you guys about, you could do this to invest in real estate, you can do that, you can do this. But the thing that they all have in common is it's all theoretical. Nobody's providing you actual deals. That's what we do here. And the first deal that I've got for you, it's from USREEB. It is in Cincinnati, 4716 Gray Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45232. This is a BRRRR opportunity. For those of you who are not aware what that means, BRRRR, it's BRRRR. Okay, that stands for buy, rent, renovate, refinance, repeat. Ideally, what you'd like to do is you'd like to go in and find a semi-distressed asset, pick it up with cash, renovate it, throw a tenant in there, get it to appraise to get you want it to appraise for an amount that is higher than what you've put into it, and then you could refinance and have a majority of your money come back to you so you can get into these deals with less than the traditional 25% down. And based upon everything that USREEB has told me about this particular property, that seems very plausible. What we've got here, we've got a 3-bed, 1-bath home that they have priced at $75,000. Now, it needs a reno. The reno price, you're going to have to, of course, talk to them further. You want to figure out what exactly you want to do with this particular property, and you want to get a line-by-line bid to see exactly what it is. You want everything to be right there in black and white. You're going to pick it up for $75K, and then, of course, you're going to talk to them and see exactly what you can do, because what they're estimating is you could spend approximately $15,000 or $25,000 depending on how you want to do the renovation, how nice you do the renovation. My opinion, you should max it out. You should go towards that $25,000 range, and you should make this property as nice as possible, because if you do, you're going to get a few things. Benefit number one, you're going to be able to rent this thing for as much as $1,200 a month. This is a pretty solid B-class neighborhood down there in Cincinnati. And number two, very possible that you can get this to appraise for as much as $130,000. Don't take my word for it, though. I want to make sure that everything that we do here on this show is as transparent as humanly possible. So I want you to pull comps. You want to get quarter-mile comps sold within the last 6 months of this particular property. Contact USREEB. They'll be able to provide comps to you. Contact your own real estate agents down there in Cincinnati. They should be able to provide comps to you. What we need to do, right? What you should have USREEB or any contractor for that matter do. Going through this property, like, you know, look at this. We got some like pink, salmon color looking carpet. The fucking wall is that color too. I mean, that shit's fucking gross. You got to get rid of that. So, you know, you're going to want to go in there and replace these floors. Get some nice hardwoods. I'm sure there's nice original hardwoods under there. You want to redo the kitchens and the baths. Those are the biggest things, right? When tenants are looking at the property, they are enamored by the kitchens. They are enamored by the baths. So you want to make it nice and modern. If you guys have seen a lot of USREEB's inventory on our show, I'm sure they'll have no problem showing you guys a ton of their inventory. But just from the stuff that they've had on our show, I'll put a couple of those videos in the show notes below. They always go in and they make their homes cosmetically beautiful when they sell them as pure turnkey assets. They always got the agreeable gray. They got ultra modern fixtures in the kitchens and the baths. That's what we need to do here, right? In addition to that, some of the mechanical stuff, right? The electric panel, that's already been upgraded, but you're going to need a new furnace. You're going to need a new hot water tank. So these are all things you're going to need to go over with them. But I'm anticipating you'll be somewhere around $25,000 if you make it as nice as possible, maybe even a little north of that. But that should be able to get you tenant paying $1,200 a month in addition, right? Do the math, guys. You go out, you drop $75K cash, you put, let's just call it $25K. It could be north of that a little bit, but just for easy math, right? We'll call it $25K. You put $25K into that, gives us a nice round number, $100,000, right? You're all into this bad boy for $100,000. Now you got a tenant paying you $1,200 a month. That's great. You bring in your lender. They go ahead and they appraise this sucker. It appraises for, we're shooting the top end here could be as much as $130,000. If you get it to appraise for $130,000, that means that bank, they're going to loan you 75% of that value. So they're going to loan you $97,500. That means if you were able to buy it at $75,000, if you were able to get the rental done for approximately $25,000 and you got it to appraise for $130,000, you'd be all into this bad boy for only $2,500 of your own cash. You could take your cash, move it on to the next property, and the next property, and the next property. And that's why BRRRR deals are so popular. If you'd like to make an offer on this particular property, you're going to need to reach out to USREEB directly. Their info has been on the screen several times. If it's not next to me right now, click the show notes below. Their information is there. Any and all questions you've got about this particular property, you're going to need to send that directly to them. Okay? Of course, you're going to want to get more information from third parties as well, and that's totally fine. We're all about providing you guys transparent information. So not only should you ask USREEB, but you should also talk to, like I said, other agents in the market to make sure your ARV is correct. Make sure you get an idea of exactly what you want to do with that renovation, because they'll work with you, right? They're giving you open options. But remember, you don't want to be cheap here. I want you to get the nicest possible finishes so you've got the very best shot at getting your property to appraise for the very highest amount. In addition, I want you to be able to get the best possible tenants attracted to your property, because the nicer the tenants are, the more happy they are to live in your property. A, the more money they're going to pay, but B, the longer they're going to stay, and that's what we really want. We want stability, because turnover is the biggest return killer in this business. Now, enough for me. Let's go to a quick commercial break from USREEB so you get a little bit more familiarity with them, their business, and how they do things. And then we're going to get into a Section 8 property that I've got for you here in the Cleveland market.
USREEB is a full-service, turnkey provider offering investors the opportunity to purchase single-family and multifamily investment properties in Cincinnati, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, and Kansas City, Missouri. The purchase process is seamless, from reserving a property to obtaining financing, inspections, and insurance referrals. USREEB has a dedicated team in place to manage the process from start to finish. In addition, USREEB is also directly integrated with its own private placement fund for accredited investors. The fund seeks to raise $10 million to capitalize on the repositioning of distressed single-family and multifamily real estate.
Two, please. No, I think it'll shrink in the water. All right, folks, welcome back. The next property I've got for you is one that Holton Wise we are selling, and we are going to be able to handle the management for you as it's up here in the Cleveland market. 4928 East 80A Street, Garfield Heights, 44125. This is a 3-bed, 1-bath property that we have priced at $64,900. Garfield Heights is just a solid little B-class rental neighborhood for us. We've got many properties in this area, and this one, you don't have to do anything, man. It's just pick it up and start making some money. We've got a Section 8 tenant in there. The rent is $950 a month. As you can see from the footage, you know, these folks, they're living their lives. You got the kids' bunk beds and all that jazz. Nothing you got to do to this particular property other than you pick it up and start earning some income. You do have to assume the point of sale anytime anybody sells a particular property in Garfield Heights or some of the other suburbs in the city of, or in the market, the Cleveland market rather. There's several suburbs where this is law. You have to do what's called a point of sale inspection. And I've got more info on how that process works, but essentially the city issues minor ticky-tack violations, and either the buyer needs to assume those or the seller needs to correct those before they sell them. This is just such small stuff. We're going to have all the buyers assume it. I'm talking little tiny stuff, right? They want you to clean the garage, patch and fill any cracks in the concrete, and secure some loose siding. There might be a couple pieces of siding missing. Minor stuff, right? Couple grand at most. Other than that, though, totally turnkey. Some things I want you to think about, though, over the long haul, because, you know, again, transparency is the biggest thing, right? Capital expenditures. That roof, it's approximately 10 years old, okay? That roof, that's probably about a $5,000 roof. You don't have to worry about replacing that roof for another 20 years or so, but when you do, you're going to be hit with a $5,000 bill. Additionally, the hot water tank, as you can see, that's nice and shiny. It's around 5 years old. That's great. In the early stages of its life cycle, you're going to get approximately 15 years out of those. You're going to have to replace that. You're going to have to replace that every 15 years, and then when you do, it's going to be $1,000. But what I want to bring your attention to is, because I don't want anybody saying here at Holton Wise we're not the most transparent folks out there. Look at that furnace, man. That is a beast. That is an old furnace, okay? So when you make an offer on this property, you're of course going to get it contingent on an inspection. I'm going to tell you right now what your inspector's going to say about that furnace. Every inspector says pretty much the exact same boilerplate response. They are going to say, furnace is past its useful life. Recommend an experienced HVAC technician investigate it further, or something like that. You don't have to have anybody look at that, guys. Let me explain this to you. This is speaking through the talk, okay? The furnaces are supposed to last about 30 years. This thing is on borrowed time. It's at least 40 years old, if not older. It might even be original. I don't know. That fucker's old, okay? But it still works. The moment it goes down, you need to replace it, okay? You do not want to dick around with fixing it up. You're just wasting money because that thing is an old dinosaur. So know that this thing could go down at any point in time because it's already on borrowed time. And when it does go down, that's a $3,000 bill coming your way. But then you'll have a brand new furnace that should be good for another 30 years. In addition, last thing, rounding out the footage here in the basement, you can see that nice updated electric panel. So if you run your numbers, and if you're confused on how to run your numbers, I want you to check out my other show, the MLS Search Analysis Show, where I show you how to run numbers on these properties. You'll see that the return you're going to eke out of this bad boy is great. And additionally, it's Section 8 tenant, man. This is guaranteed rental income. You don't have to mess around with this. You don't have to worry about the tenant not paying the rent because the tenant has got guaranteed rental income coming in from the United States government. All in all, solid blue-collar deal for you. Cash offers are cool, but financed offers are smarter for you, and we've got no problem accepting those. So if you want to make an offer on this particular property, send an email to my team, sales@HoltonWise.com. We'll get you taken care of. We'll get your inspection schedule. We'll get your appraisal schedule. Then my team will handle all the property management for you after the deal closes. If you're interested interested in the BRRRR deal in Cincinnati that I spoke about earlier in the show, of course, you're going to want to contact USREEB for anything and everything related to that property. Their contact info is in the show notes below. That's all I've got for you on today's episode of the Investment Properties for Sale Show. As always, I'm James Wise with Holton Wise, and this is Real Estate Investing Made Easy.
RentTech Direct provides you with an easy-to-use yet robust platform for managing your properties, complete with its built-in reporting and accounting system that can be customized to fit your business. You can manage work orders and even accept them online from your tenants. You can also share work order details with tenants or owners if you wish. With RentTech Direct, you will also fill your vacancies faster than ever with the built-in marketing tools. Just enter the details of your property and RentTech will automatically provide you with a professional online website, as well as syndicate them to popular websites such as Zillow, Trulia, and Apartments.com to get your listing maximum exposure so it's rented fast.
Over 50% of those living in the greater Memphis area rent their home. This fact, combined with the high price-to-rent ratio, is why Forbes rates Memphis, Tennessee as one of the top real estate investment markets in the country. Memphis Investment Properties and their sister property management company, Reedy & Company Realtors, are among the largest and most trusted turnkey operations in this market. With over 30 years in business, a portfolio consisting of more than 2,700 active rentals, and an impeccable track record renovating over 6,000 single-family homes, it's no surprise they are one of the most reputable turnkey operations in the United States.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our latest content, including video tours and analysis of investment properties that are available for sale, real estate investment education, and our most interesting encounters with tenants from hell. Holton Wise, Real Estate Investing Made Easy.